Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Matt Hicks alongside Dave Esselfy here at Crosby High School, as it is the home opener tonight of the Woodland Hawks taking on the Crosby Bulldogs. Many of you may be asking yourself, Matt, what are you doing here? I thought you graduated already. Well, Mr. Amato emailed me, told me that they didn't have anyone to commentate these games, so if you are interested in being the next voice of Woodland football, please contact him, contact anyone in journalism. You can even contact me if you have my number. I'm willing to direct you to whoever will get you into it. You know, we're willing to help you guys out. So if you're interested, just let us know. But now to the game. The Woodland Hawks, this is their first game tonight, Dave. A tough year last year, 1-9 record. How do you think they're going to have to? What are they going to have to do to turn this thing around?
Well, I think they're going to have to, bring their A game on, put their, practices to good use and then execute properly. So that's what's going to happen right now.
Well, the Hawks did lose some very important seniors last year, losing Isaac Negron, running back, was a great running back, great linebacker, Cody Doyle, really solid offensive lineman, great defensive lineman as well, and then losing Scott Lawrence, a good tight end, linebacker combo, and then Quincy Koch as well. So 4 good seniors they're going to lose. But they do have players. They do have players to replace them. But how do you think that they're going to replace that kind of leadership? Can Woodland do that? Can they replace that leadership?
I believe so. I mean, we have great seniors right now. I mean, they're dedicated, well off. So yeah, I think we pull it off this season.
Even though the Hawks did lose some players, they did gain some players. Surprisingly, players who had played before in the past. But decided not to play last season, whether it's because injury or they were doing something else for the fall. But two big guys coming back, Ben Nuss and Joe Kometz. Dave, what do those 2 players bring to the table?
Well, they bring power and speed because, Joe Kometz has the power. He's a very strong guy, athletic too. Ben Nuss is a very fast guy. He also has some strength too. So I think it's a good combo, good thing happening right now. So yeah, they could definitely pull it off.
Yeah, two great players. The strengths of this Hawks team really seems to be that front 5 on the offensive line, a very experienced line, bringing back a lot of starters there. Joe Shea, Josh Hassan, Tom Farnars, Joe Kometz will be out there too. So he's a big guy.
Jackson Henry too.
Jackson Henry too. Yep. So you got very deep there on that offensive line. And a really deep running back group as well. A lot of guys will try to replace that role that Isaac Negron had. He was, the big guy, but I think it'll be more of a running back by committee kind of situation here. And that's definitely one thing we'll want to keep our eye on.
For sure.
But for the other team here, Crosby, they lost their star quarterback Mike Marshall and their star receiver Eli Maya. They were both seniors last year, but they're looking to make a replacement here. They have another senior quarterback, Albarium Klena, and Devontae Howard is supposed to be his go-to receiver. These guys won the Waterbury Jamboree, so this team it should be tough competition for the Hawks.
Very much so. I mean, again, they have to take all the games seriously because, again, you never know. Because, if you slack off a little bit, some team could come out of nowhere and just take the win. So.
All right, yeah, definitely. Looks like both teams getting ready here, lining up for the national anthem. Crosby, Woodland both getting themselves pumped up before the ball game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
and we're going to take a moment here to stand for the national anthem.
Tonight's matchup will feature the Woodland Hawks with your Crosby Bulldogs. On behalf of the Crosby Athletics Department, we welcome our guests from Woodland and would like to remind all spectators that the CIAC and Northern Valley League requires to maintain high standards of courtesy, fair play, and sportsmanship. Spectators are encouraged to refrain from behavior which does not reflect the standards of good sportsmanship. Behavior not acceptable will be called for removal from the contest. Please enjoy the game and good luck to both teams. Now please rise for the playing of the national anthem by Crosby Senior, Lanice Bryant.
Oh, say, can you So proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly seen, and the rockets rattled, the bombs bursting in air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, we'll say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Denise. Officials for tonight's game. Referee Dave Salvetti. Umpires Keith Left. Linesman Mike DeSantis. Field judge Jim Lucio. Match judge Jerry Palmer. And counselor
Is it okay if you just move down a few spots?
Yes.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Isaac! What up, dog? How you doing? What's going on?
What's up, man? Oh, guess who's starting that post now?
You are? Yeah, baby. You like that,
Starting that fullback.
Alright, sounds good, man. Alright, Crosby did win the toss, and they are choosing. They're choosing. Chose to kick. Did you beat the tape right there?
We're here to beat the Bulldogs. We're here to beat the Bulldogs.
Alright, no, you know what it is? It's the case. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. And kickoff, a squid kick there to the right side. Ball rolling around toward the sideline. And there's a flag on the play. And the Hawks taking out the offense. They're led today by quarterback Mike Farina. The expected starter, Ty Belinsky, was not allowed to play in today's game. It was a coach's decision. Actually, excuse me, no, they're not. They're going to re-kick it here. So bringing the kickoff unit back out. Crosby not electing to use a tee here, it looks like. I don't know, excuse me, they can take the tee out there. You can actually zoom in a little bit, that'd be nice.
And now the Messiah
Oh,
kicks off the Crosby.
Oh, not that close, not that close. Stop. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's good. Re-kick here. This one looks a little bit straighter than the last one. Picked up the sideline, and there's room to run down the sideline, and he's taken down right before midfield, and that is a good start for the Hawks special teams, Dave.
Indeed. That was perfectly executed right there.
Had the squid kick, picked it up there on a bounce. It's good fundamentals, and didn't cough it up. So it's a good play on his part. Zachary Kabusk, the man, to make it happen. Okay, so there is Farina under center today. Typically for us this season, you'll be seeing him playing a lot of receiver, but for tonight, Belinsky did not get the start. It's a coach's decision. And they line up in the X-wing formation. Nuss in motion. The handoff goes inside. And a lot of room there for Edit Krifka. Gets the ball down right there toward the 35. Dave, you're seeing a good offensive line. A big hole there early. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, indeed. Edit Krifka is one of the best players they have on the team, too. He's a very quick guy, athletic guy. Yeah,
a lot of size. He really bulked up there Didn't play a lot last year, but he'll be forced into a bigger role here as the season progresses. Woodland trying to move quickly here to the line of scrimmage, but the referee's holding over the ball. But yeah, a lot better than we expected here. This Woodland offense. We see Nuss once again in motion, but again it's inside, and that looked to be minimal to little gain there. Couldn't get a push up there up front. So a short pickup that'll bring out second down and long here for the Hawks. So for the Hawks, Dave, you're bringing in a guy who's very inexperienced at the quarterback spot, didn't take first team reps. What do you expect this offense to really look like in today's game?
They may be a little bit messy, but I mean, eventually he's going to catch up to what's going on, and probably execute what they taught him in practice. So he's going to do well.
Yeah, he did take those second team reps, so he does have some experience there. And it looks like a timeout called. Whether it wasn't getting the plane or whatever, not able to having to waste a timeout early. That's always it's always tough. So probably expecting a heavy dose of the running game today, Dave?
Yes, a lot of running game today, especially since the running back is very fast and agile too. So
yeah, you have three guys you really think can compete in Kabusk, Nuss, and Krifka. So they do have three running backs that can get it done.
Very solid running backs.
Going up against the Crosby team last year, who fell a little bit under expectation. Last year they were predicted to win their division. Were not able to do it. Had a rough year. Went 3-7. But this year, from what I read in the Republican American, they feel very confident. Their head coach is saying that he really does think this is the team to make a push for that title. So, but it all starts tonight, Dave.
Indeed. It's going to be a very long path, but
Now we see Cochran in there, coming in that X formation or in the wing formation. This time it's a jet play outside to Nuss. Nuss finding room along the sideline, and he's tackled just past the 30-yard line. So that's a pickup of around 5. Now that's a little bit more. That's about 7 yards there. So a good pickup there on second down. The slow, methodical offense, Dave, just trying to get little bit at a time. Not making a big play every time, but as long as they keep the thing moving, the offense should be working.
Yeah.
Formation moves there. 88 now moving to the right side. Run once again outside, but this time Nuss is swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 2 there. And I would not be surprised if we see the Hawks stay out and go for it here.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
unless they have a big leg there.
Yeah, you got to take your time. You don't want to rush anything quickly, too.
It's definitely there's no point in punting it at this point.
Yeah,
as close as they are. So. One receiver out wide left. 4 for Farina. 4th down. Here we go. Kabusk in motion. It is a throw play. Farina hit hard as he throws, and it's intercepted by 52. He's got a lot of green grass in front of him. And there is a flag on the play. It looked like Farina was blocked in the back there, so I think this may be coming back a little bit. But not a good start for the quarterback in his first play, Dave.
Not at all. Hopefully he gets better, but that was not.
Yeah, they didn't really have a lot of time there to make a decision. As soon as he came out wide, there's a guy right on him. Kind of threw it in the middle of nowhere, so not a great start there.
Hopefully the defense blocks better, and
but
they have more room.
Though on the first drive, there are some positives you could take out of that. They were moving the ball pretty well. They had first down there.
Indeed.
And sure enough, there is an illegal. Looks like they're calling illegal hands to the face there. How you doing?
First down, Cross.
How you doing? Good. So they lose 15 yards on their return. Now the ball right at midfield. And Crosby coming out in the spread formation here. 2 receivers out right. Went to the quarterback's left. High snap, but they run it inside, and there's a lot of room to run there. And a good pickup there on first down.
12-yard carry by number 25, Isaac Provost.
About 9 yards. Actually, no, they're moving the chains here, so that was a first down. Dave, 2 very different offenses here. One more condensed, Crosby, a little bit more spread out though. What do you think the advantages are for Crosby when they try to run that spread offense?
I mean, there's definitely more room for running, I guess, but I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean
it's unpredictable pretty much.
Yeah, basically, yeah, I'd say that too. A little bit more unpredictable. They can do a little bit of both. A little bit of pass,
that's true.
A little bit of run. Small gain there, so good job by the interior line of the Hawks.
Defense, get that ball! Get that ball! Woodland defense, get that ball!
Let's quick look at the lineup here. It looks like Kabusk, the single high safety. That's the position where Quincy used to play last year. So he's taken over there on that side. And a quick screen out right, and it stopped immediately. Nope. Nuts couldn't come up with the tackle, and there's a lot of room there to the left side. A lot of east to west movement, though. Not a lot of upfield running there. So it wasn't took him a lot of effort there to get a pickup of only 7. So it's 3rd down here for Crosby. Definitely probably 4-down territory. Hawks got to make those open field tackles. So crucial.
Very much so.
Yeah, you gotta wrap them up. Don't want to give some extra yards up. So back in the spread formation. This was way over the head of the quarterback. Ball on the ground. Quarterback couldn't do nothing but just fall on it.
That was not a good snap from the Crosby offense.
Yeah, we saw it earlier. A few high snaps that the quarterback had to really go up and get. And the Hawks get a break here on defense. And it looks like Crosby will be taking out the punt unit here. Two punt returners back for the Hawks. Zachariah Kabusk and Zach Cochran out there. A lot of players shuffling in and out here. After all that, Crosby will just punt it off. High punt for Kabusk, and he'll just let it roll, and it takes a nice Crosby roll right toward the goal line. Out of bounds on just about the 5-yard line. 5, maybe 6-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start offensively. So a long road ahead for the Hawks. Dave, what have you seen so far? Not a lot of scoring, so
obviously, yep.
The defense has been very dominant.
Yes, indeed. You know, people may not think defense is important, but trust me, defense is a crucial point, a crucial,
yeah, it's a crucial aspect of the game.
That's true.
You know what they say, Dave? Offense wins games, but defense wins championships.
Indeed, indeed.
We didn't see a lot of defense last night in the NFL opener between the Patriots and the Chiefs.
Oh, not at all.
It was almost like watching a college game, a 42-27 final. A lot of offense, not a lot of defense. Maybe we'll be seeing the exact opposite tonight.
Hopefully.
There's a run there. And it looks like the ball may have come out. And it is Crosby football. Didn't see who's the guy to fumble it. But Crosby now working with a short field. And Dave, as what seemed to be a problem last year, all the turnovers. Hawks already have 2, so not off to a good start.
Not at all.
Those turnovers really cost you. Now Crosby has a very short field here.
I feel like the blocking game is not too strong from the Woodland side, but Hopefully they can turn that around.
Yep. Agree there. Crosby remains in the spread formation. 2 receivers out right, 1 to the quarterback's left. They run it inside, and it is an open hole. As the running back goes in untouched for a Crosby touchdown as they take the early advantage here, 6-0.
The Crosby's QB seems to be doing a pretty good job. I mean, those snaps were not really consistent, but everything else, he seems to be executing properly.
Yeah, he seems to be, he hasn't done a lot of throwing yet. He made that one screen pass, executed it.
Yep.
And as, it's his first actually varsity start. So, so far I'd have to say he's doing a pretty good job.
Pressing the coaches, for sure.
And it looks like they're going to go out and go for 2 here. So they remain in the spread. Steps back to pass, though, over the middle. That's completed. So the 2-point conversion is good for the Crosby Bulldogs as they take an 8-0 advantage. Though the scoreboard says 14-0. Now 22-0. Dave, a little Crosby bias there on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's not looking fair at all.
No. You get a 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden they give you 22 points. I mean, at least give us a chance, right? So let's see if the Hawks are able to execute the kickoff like they did last time. They did very well. Set Freena and the offense up with a good, solid field position. See if they're able to duplicate that in this one.
Bernardo Mabaya set the kickoff to Crosby.
Crosby kicking it from left to right here. Another low squid kick. Picked up on a hot there like Cochran. He's got a lot of speed, and he looks like he wants to use it here. He's got room along the sideline, past the 50, and once again, great kickoff. The special teams, Dave, have been very impressive.
Very, very impressive. That was the speed I was talking about from our special teams. They're very good. Very good.
Yeah, Cochran, a first-year starter here. He's the third. Comes in once in a while as the third running back. Does a good job on special teams, though.
The coaches have been really high on him. He's a very athletic guy.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. Very fast, and that's speed kills.
Hey,
speed kills. Bottom line. As once again the Hawks come out in the X-wing formation. Man in motion, Kabusk, and they give it to him on the jet, and he's got a lot of speed, and he's going to use it here with room down the sideline, past the 20, and take it down inside the 10, down to the 5, or inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line.
Now that was speed right there. That guy is a fast man.
We saw flashes of that last season when Tom Smith went down with an injury. Kabusk came in, took over that that third running back spot, and he showed speed there.
Indeed.
Good work there by number 25. And I was very off with my spot, apparently, as they only have the ball here at the 23-yard line. Again in the X-wing formation. And it looks like a flag on the play. Maybe got the defensive line to jump, and that's exactly that. Now a good situation here. 1st and 5 for the Hawks.
Yes.
And we saw in yesterday's NFL game between the Chiefs and the Patriots, the Chiefs were heavily affected by penalties. They had over 10 in that game. That hurt them, and it looks like, I don't know what happened there, but the ball ends up in the hands of Krifka, and he runs it right up the middle. Pick up around 6. That'll be enough for a first down. Hawks' first trip here in the red zone today, and inside the 20-yard line.
Hopefully they could take a good advantage of this opportunity they have here.
Absolutely, but things get tight here in the red zone. Not as much room to run.
Indeed.
Joe Shea, he's a big guy there, number 88. He's a big tight end. As it's a jet play outside. There's Kabusk, and he's got room to run inside the 5-yard line. Just barely not getting into the end zone there. But Dave, the speed.
I'm telling you, this kid is an animal.
Between him and Cochran, you got to think that these running backs will be getting, a heavy dosage every game.
That's very true.
It definitely helps out the young quarterback Farina in his first game. Didn't really have a lot of reps, so having that running game, probably definitely helping them. Also, you got to think the experience on that offensive line. A lot of these guys have all played before. It's not their first time in a varsity football game, and they're the ones that are making those big holes. It looks like the Hawks here in a wishbone formation. As Kabus is in motion, they run right up the middle with Krifka. A good push toward the goal line, and the side judge says he is in. Touchdown Hawks, their first of the season, as they've narrowed the lead, or narrowed the deficit down. Now only 8-6, as they'll be going out here for an extra point. A freshman kicker. My brother was telling me about this guy. And he seems pretty consistent. They definitely say he has a leg accuracy. Not 100% yet, but we'll see. Big number 19 here for the extra point. Kick is up.
And it's good.
Plenty of leg, Dave. Plenty of leg. The young freshman making his first PAT go between the uprights. And hey, little offense here. Started off slow, but we've seen the defense, the offense pick up here.
That was a good progression right there by the Woodland offense. Good job.
That's what you want to see.
Tremendous job.
An offense that was fairly stagnant last year. You'd like to see them come out in their first game and score on their, I believe that was their third drive. After turning the ball over the first two times, it's good to see them respond. And they've shown that they can run with this Crosby program.
Mm-hmm. It's time for the defense to shine up here now.
Yeah, you got to polish it up a little defensively. Hopefully, get another break like they had earlier with the snap going over the quarterback's head. Need one of those. Or create turnovers. Get good field position. It's gonna be tough though. That Crosby offense does look pretty good.
It is very good.
Got a real tall guy there at quarterback, and then
can't teach height,
Can't teach height. And the kick is off. It's a missile back there. They're only picking up the ball at the 5-yard line. And he's moving a lot of east and west here. Cochran can't make the tackle. And he's got room to run now. Farina misses a tackle, and he's still on his feet. Finally taken down just past the 45-yard line. I believe Carter Moore was in there on the stop.
That wasn't a good showing from the Woodland.
No,
not at all.
Two guys missing open field tackles. Can't do that on special teams.
That is very true.
Crucial part of the game. With the kicker that they had, it was a real good kick. Got it down to the 10-yard line. Looked like it was going to be quite a while. Still might have happened though. Crosby out now in the spread formation. Got a man coming out wide. Evades a few defenders and is pushed out of bounds.
Woodland needs to work on their tackling.
Yeah, open field tackling.
But the running back is pretty solid. Crosby
running
back, he's
a big boy.
He is a big boy.
Big boy, got a lot of speed.
Take it down, Crosby.
Crosby keeping things going here offensively, running that spread formation. Now 2 receivers out left, 2 out to the right. The lone running back next to the QB. He takes a snap, another run inside as they continue to run the ball with ease and a lot of room there. Shoestring tackle just inside just around the 20-yard line.
That's what I was talking about. The tackling is not good. They keep missing tackles.
Yeah, they're looking like the Patriots and with that outside contain yesterday. We saw the running back for the Chiefs take a lot of those runs outside, and Crosby doing that same strategy. So 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line. Another run. This one not for as many yards.
That was a pretty solid block.
Yeah, solid block inside. Good tackle. Definitely have big bodies there inside. It's just a matter of those guys setting the edge outside. That'll be the difference, I think, for the Woodland defense.
Indeed. But so far, what we've seen from the Crosby running back is he keeps going on the outside, and the outside is pretty weak.
Exactly. So they have to probably just adjust their game plan.
Indeed.
Let them know they're gonna run it outside a lot. Here's a throw. As he's throwing it, nice throw. Beck's pylon, and he got in. Touchdown, Crosby. That's an impressive throw there by the quarterback.
Very much, and this receiver too did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he ran a good route, ran a nice flag route right toward the pylon. Quarterback put it right on him. Nothing really the Woodland defense could do there.
Indeed.
It's Crosby now up 14-7. See if the Hawks can make a stand here on the 2-point conversion. Last time Crosby got a 2-point play with ease. See if the Hawks can challenge them here. Crosby again, that spread formation. This time another fade to the right side, and that pass is right on the money.
2-point conversion by Crosby, good.
little bump there between the quarterback and the receiver, and knocked the receiver right down. That just proves how big that quarterback is. Yeah. He's a big boy.
Man.
He's a big boy. Those are two really impressive passes.
Very much so.
He's definitely got a strong arm. It's his first game. First game in varsity, and I mean, he looks pretty legit. Wouldn't you say?
I say so. Yeah, he knows where the receivers are going to be. He throws in the right time. He passes the ball properly.
Absolutely, that chemistry. You only get that kind of chemistry if you practice a lot, and that's what the coach was saying. When I read that article in the Republican American, he said that these guys have put in the effort, a lot of time after practice, working really hard. And you can see it with how this quarterback's been throwing the ball earlier today. Hawks out here to receive the kick. We'll look to duplicate what they did on their last drive. A nice long sustained drive. That's what they're going to need to do. Keep that defense off the field, because that's really where they struggle. Use that speed. They got a lot of it on this team.
Oh, very much so.
Mentioning a lot. It's the kickoff here. And it's going right to Nuss, and Nuss will return it here. It's not as much room there as he had on those previous two returns. Good job by Crosby there on special teams. Guess third time's the charm for them. So Crosby or Woodland here has to drive a pretty long field. See if this offensive line are able to open up some holes here for the Hawk running backs.
I think a little bit of mixing of running and throwing the ball. I mean, yes, a QB may not be experienced, but you need a little bit of mixture because you don't want everything to become too predictable.
Obviously, but I think try to mix it up a little bit in the run. Once in a while, run inside. Once in a while, run outside.
Yes.
Switch it up to guys. That's probably their diversity offensively.
Yes. Because eventually they're going to catch up to the run games a lot.
Exactly. This one goes to Kabus. Kabus does have a hole there. See, he's taken down right around the 45-yard line. That's enough for a first down.
Again, impressive skills by Kabust over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Seen a lot of speed. That offensive line, though, This is the best I've seen the offensive line in probably 2 years, when they had that great season 2 years ago with Sean McAllen and Samir. Those guys were, you know, Sean wasn't an offensive line, but he was a good running back. But there were big holes, and you see a lot of speed that Sean had. And his offense is moving, Dave.
It is chugging along like a train.
The Hawks will try to take this train right into the end zone here. As Kabusk will come out here, take a quick breather. He looked a little tired. In that last run, 2 runs for him though. You know,
it is also chilly too.
It is chilly, yeah. That must affect them. So Cochran coming in, and Cochran definitely a lot of speed with him. So give it to Nuss there on the jet, and he's tackled by a swarm of Crosby defenders. Just about 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Score 16-7. Crosby in the lead. Free here under center on 2nd down and about 9. And it's a run to Cochran. He's very wide run there. And I think the Hawks are looking for a flag, maybe a horse collar there. I didn't get it though.
Gotta watch out for those horse collars, you know.
Yeah, those are 15-yard penalties. So you know, could use as many of those as they can get. 3rd and long. That's not what the Hawks offense wants to see. That's really not where they excel, those 3rd and long situations. They typically like to keep it 3rd and short. And they're going to give it off to Kabusk, who had 2 big runs earlier this drive. But this time only slides to around the 35-yard line. So it'll be about a 4th and 5 here. Interesting decision. But I do predict the Hawks to keep that offense out. Be interesting to see whether they try to run or pass. First time they passed it, Dave, didn't look very good. Not great protection for the quarterback.
Again, I wouldn't risk it because I mean it is still the first. You know.
Yeah, I'd probably just keep it on the ground. That's what's been working for them. So here we go, big 4th down here.
We have barely under a minute right now.
And they give it to Cochran, and there's not a lot of room, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage as it's a turnover on downs for Crosby. With 36 seconds left here in the first quarter, Crosby will come back out on the field with a 16-7 advantage. And Crosby coming back out in the spread formation. And a timeout taken here by Crosby. So it looks like they had a little confusion there, transferring from their offense to their defense. Dave, this would be a great time for a Hawks turnover. You know?
It would be very impressive and
definitely
quite amazing.
Definitely might change the tides a little bit, get them a little extra momentum. So far, they have not been able to stop this Crosby offense.
Yes, very much so. That could be a potential problem down the line if the offense isn't, or the defense isn't, you know, fixed up a little bit.
Yep. Defense that last season, right around the same problem, so they had a tough time tackling guys. Guys would run the ball outside on them. So you're hoping to see a little adjustment there, but I think really, though, they are playing a very good offense. Playing a good offense at Crosby. They have a quarterback with a strong arm who can really spread the ball down the field. And 2 or 3 options there as far as the running game is concerned. So it's definitely a tough task for the Hawks. Again, 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. 16-7 your score. Crosby on top as Quarterback takes the ball in the shotgun, and he looks to run with it. And sack there by number 88, Joe Shea.
He's a tough guy, Joe Shea. He's a big guy.
He's a big guy. Guy who was able to get off his blocks. Looked like the Crosby quarterback, though, might have been a designed run. It looked like he kind of quickly did a quick pump fake and looked to run. So... And it's the conclusion of the first quarter. Hawks up 16-7, or excuse me, Crosby up 16-7. Quick recap of the first quarter. Hawks, Crosby in their first drives did not score. An interception by Mike Farina that put Crosby in good field position, but a fumble over the head of the quarterback backed them up to a 4th and long situation. So Crosby punted. Hawks got the ball back, immediately fumbled on the first play. Crosby went in next, one play, ran in for a touchdown, got the 2-point conversion, but then the Hawks answered, got a touchdown, and Crosby answered with another touchdown, good touchdown throw to give them a 16-7 advantage. And the Hawks looked like they had something going there on the drive there at the end of the first quarter. Nothing came to fruition of it, and now Crosby has the ball here in a second down situation. But Dave, any takeaways here the first quarter at all?
The offense again has been pretty good so far. The defense needs to be really worked on because they keep giving the Crosby folks a lot of yards, and that's not good for the game. So you got to fix adjust your defense a little bit, and hopefully they can do well in the second quarter.
They really stop those outside runs.
Those outside runs are killers.
Get a little pressure on that quarterback. Maybe have an errant throw, get a turnover.
Yes,
something the Hawks could really use right now. So that could easily turn the tides of this game. And there's Crosby out in the spread formation. It's an outside handoff. Carter Moore, the guy in there to make the tackle. And it looks about a 3rd and 6 for Crosby. And here's a big opportunity here for the Hawks to get off the field. Looks like big Josh Hashan checking into the ball game. Trying to bring out some pass rushers here to get some pressure on this quarterback. Crosby once again spreading it out. 2 receivers out to the quarterback's left, 1 to his right. Tight end near side there. Play action. And sacked. And he falls on the ground too. And I think Hassan got on it. Let's see. Let's see what they're saying here. No, I think they might be calling that an incomplete pass, Dave.
Well, that was a good showing. That was a good showing by the defense over there.
Big 7'4", is that Jackson? Big Jackson Henry? Yeah, he was the guy that applied the pressure. Little speed move there by Jackson Henry.
Yes, he's a quick man.
He's a quick guy.
Big and quick.
Big and quick. It's that speed, Dave.
Oh,
kills.
I'm telling you,
it
speed
kills,
is number
Dave.
1 priority.
It's Crosby coming out to punt it away to Cochran and Kabusk. Crosby punts it away, kind of shanks it. Low punt, not a lot of spin. And, hey, Hawks, good field position here.
Indeed, yes.
At their own 45-yard line. Big opportunity here for them to answer, stopping that Crosby offense. Still plenty of time, 10-13 in the second quarter. They trail 16-7.
But that was a good showing by the defense over there. That's what I was talking about. They need to go in there, try to strip the ball out of the QB's hands, try to get, block as much as possible, or, get through the blocks by the offensive.
Did a good job. Crosby tried to throw the ball twice there, and they quickly got penetration on the quarterback. That's really what you want to see. It looked like Jackson almost came unblocked there. So they give it to Kabusk. So he tries to get low.
Crosby defense still on the grind, doing a good job.
I mean, they know what's coming. They know it's going to be a run, but they don't know who's going to get it. They don't know where it's going to come out of. And that, it's
that's why we need a little bit of variety, because they're going to catch up to the run plays a lot. So you got to switch it up once in a while.
And with that big offensive line in front of the Hawks, it's tough for those Crosby Bulldogs to get off their tackles.
Yes.
Or excuse me, their blocks. So the wing formation here. As it goes to Big Krifka, and he's got some room to run. As he's still churning the legs. The big power back, Krifka. That's what you gotta do when you're one of those big guys. Might not be like, he's a different kind of back than Busk and Cochran, because he's able to break a lot of those tackles.
Yes, he's a strong guy.
That was evident last season. Remember one of the plays against Wolke, he ran over a guy and then hurdled the next guy. So he's athletic, and he brings a lot of power. So
that's what you need for for the games.
And he's a junior too, so he'll be back next season too.
Yep, getting better.
So they give it back to him. And there's that power again. So he's moving the pile forward. It's a good pickup there on first down, making a manageable second and 4.
Mr. Henry, come on by.
Never mind. Your leg's good. No, you're good. Go ahead. Dave. You're good. Go ahead. In the X-wing formation. And it's a run with Nuss. And Nuss has room across the sideline. This Woodland offense taking advantage of the short field here.
Chugging along.
That's what you want. You want the positive yardage to keep this offense going. That's how this offense works.
You gotta keep the game going, because if a little bit of breaks, they could recover. You gotta keep going on them.
Looks like an injured Bulldog coming off the field, wobbling. It's number 55, and he'll be attended there by a trainer.
That's never a good thing.
I mean, he's still on his feet. So the trainer kind of gives him a quick look. A lot of energy there on the Hawks sideline. The coach is trying to pump the players up. The run goes inside to Krifka, avoiding a few defenders, spinning off. Man, this kid just keeps those legs going, Dave.
Oh, very much so. Even during the track season, the kid is very fast, very athletic, knows what he's doing.
You've seen it firsthand, Dave, on the track.
Skilled guy, very skilled human being.
So what was his event when he did track? Was he
He did the long 4x. He did some 4x4s. He did a couple of long running stuff, but he has endurance too. So
good, yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's what you want to see. He's a big boy. Big boy who can stay on the field. That's what you need, one of those when you're running this kind of offense. And this handoff goes, number 25, Kabusk.
I know where to find you.
Third down, Woodland.
I kept calling it X-Wing. It's X-Wing. It's like a plane. I don't know what it is though.
Star Wars.
They're running the Millennium Falcon. What happened? Oh. It's a touchdown, right? The initial signal's a touchdown.
Well, then I see a flag on there too.
I did see a flag. I don't know if they.
Illegal motion.
Oh yeah, I think they meant to stop the play before it started, and Woodland's offense just didn't hear it. Well, you saw one of the referees. One of them put their hands up.
Yes.
Because it seemed like the Crosby players just stopped. So this is not what you want here. A 3rd and long situation. Dave, you think they try to trust the young quarterback and try to throw in here, or do they just keep it on the ground?
I really don't know. I hope the quarterback may be inexperienced, but hopefully this may be his call into greatness. So
hey, you never know.
We'll see. Yeah.
Still under center here. So they try to get it to take a bust. The power back, and he's got room along the sideline, and this one, it's initially in the end zone, but I believe this one will come back. I saw a hold there. And I think that it will be the call. That's exactly that. I think I saw two holds on that play. And that's why it's like a bus was sprung. That's such an open hole there. Yeah, that initial hold, but once he got to the second level, it looked like Crosby was going to come in and key in on him, but there's a hold. So now a third and very long. And that's the spot of the foul, so...
You can definitely see how the lack of the experienced QB is affecting the game, because usually, it would be a throw, situations like this call for a pass.
Right, that's what you typically would want.
Yes.
And if Valencia was out there, you'd expect him to throw, because he can throw. I saw him in practices. He can throw the ball down the field, the best of them. And they try to run it inside, and they don't get much. I don't know. We saw that young field goal kicker earlier, and he looked pretty good. So I would not be surprised if I see the Hawks try to go for 3 points.
That'd be a smart thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far. It's right at the 20-yard line. It's about 35-yard attempt. But Coach Maffa deciding to keep the offense out. 4th and around 5. And here we go. They give it to Krifka, and he's got the room. And I think he just did extend past the first down marker, and he did exactly that. Another big run. Eddie Krifka has been a beast on this drive, Dave.
He has been.
Every time they needed him, he has
delivered.
He's delivered, absolutely. And it's 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. Kabusk in motion. They give it to Krifka. And a good penetration there by the Crosby defense right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to look at a pickup of anything there. And an injured player. Looks like a member of the Crosby team. 6:36 left here in the second quarter. Crosby still in the lead, 16-7, but the Hawks threatening on offense. A nice, long, sustained drive. So the Hawks will try to answer Crosby's touchdown with one of their own here. As Crosby will take another timeout, as they have only one remaining here in the first half. So despite what I heard about this Crosby team, about how they've had a lot of success early against the other Waterbury schools, so you got to feel good if you're Hawks right now, because you can compete against these other Waterbury teams, because this is the best Waterbury has to offer apparently, and the Hawks are playing very well.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, you've seen great offense, you've seen some great defense before too, so
they're very. It's been up and down defensively, but they did make 2 stops.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's what I was talking
about. It hasn't
just
been Crosby hasn't just waltzed right into the end zone every play. The Hawks have made them earn it, and it ended up resulting in they made 2 stops defensively. One of them was a little lucky, the first one, but the second one they definitely earned.
Yes.
And that's football. Sometimes you get a little lucky. And they go back inside to Krifka. It's more good penetration there by the Crosby line.
I said hi, and he was like, we got the car in the back. Like, it took him a second. Like, oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Here they go again. Now on third down. And a whistle here before the play. And it will be timeout Woodland. They only have one remaining here.
He's a sophomore, right?
Junior.
Jackson's pretty good. He knows the offense.
Yeah, he's not doing too bad this year.
Let's go, Black Eagle!
Confident kid, so.
Yeah.
Let's go, Let's go, Black Eagle!
Excuse me?
Let's go, Black! Let's go, Gold! Let's go, Black Eagle! A little louder. Let's go, Black! Let's go, Gold! Let's go, Black Eagle!
Hey, excuse me? We're recording the game.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I didn't even see that picture.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
The live stream. Streaming it?
Yeah.
None of my images I want.
No. Your face will get blurred out. Promise.
I mean, you don't have to when you have a good face.
So here we go. Third down and goal for the Hawks. Run outside to Kabuski. He tries to cut it inside, and it'll be close. They got him down right at the 1 yard line, so it's about. I expect the Hawks to come out here in a power set. Need just about half a yard. That was close.
Very close.
Good effort there by Kabusk. That time, first 2 times, just tried to run it inside, didn't have a lot of success. So they went outside for that play. Had a little bit more success. So here we go.
Oh, they're
Big
going for
fourth
it now.
down. They're 1 for 1 today, or excuse me, 1 for 2 today on fourth down attempts. Here you go, big play here. And it's inside, and it's close. And the side judge says, yes, he did make it. That's Edit Krifka with a touchdown.
The big place you want to see like that in a football game.
Absolutely. You want to see the Hawks trim the gap. They did it now a second time as they've cut the deficit down 16-13. And it looks like another extra point attempt here from this young freshman. Dave, you gotta like this. This is good.
It's been a very interesting game so far.
Yeah, they're keeping it close.
You know?
After the last season, only have 1 victory. It's good to come out here on your first game and have success.
Yes.
And this kid nails another one. 2 for 2 today on extra points. Plenty of leg.
You know, he's very precise. He's good with position, you know?
Yeah, very good position.
Very good. Yeah.
Another good thing is he's a freshman.
Yes.
So most likely we'll have him for another 3 years after this.
He really gets better from here, you know?
Only can get better from here. Crosby here with 5:01 remaining in the second quarter. Will try to respond before halftime. Team that won the Waterbury Jamboree has been tested tonight by this Woodland football program, who doesn't even have their starting quarterback in tonight, too. So they don't have their starting quarterback. They don't have, they have, a guy unexperienced under center. A lot of new faces on the defensive side.
Yep, very much so.
And they played very well. So it's good work coming out here on the road. Teams have worked hard. I know it because my brother, he's never home. He's out there practicing all the time.
They do practice very hard in this.
Practice hard,
you know?
long days. They went to plenty of passing academies. And the ball hits the running back right in the face, and the ball is loose. It's still on the ground. There will be a pile-up, and it might be a Hawks ball. There's a big pile-up. No indication yet, but yeah, it looks like one referee there did point it. It is Bulldogs football.
What a good joint by the special teams right there.
The freshman kicker, he's causing a lot of problems.
Oh, yes.
He's doing pretty well so far. The first kick, kicked it over the guy's head at the 5. He was able to return it back for a very long return, but kind of tricked Crosby there a little bit. And then that last one hit the guy right in the helmet. So maybe they're not anticipating this young freshman coming in here and kicking the ball as well as he has, but has made an impact on special teams today. Crosby starts his drive on the ground. A lot of room outside. But the Hawks swarm to the ball. Only a pickup of around 5 or 6 there. Joe Shea there on the tackle.
This has been an intense football game. Compared to what I heard from last year, it wasn't this intense. Usually a blow up, but this has been a very close, interesting, intriguing game.
Well, a lot of these guys, for a lot of guys last year, it was their first time ever playing varsity football. A good handful of freshmen, a lot of sophomores on the team last year. These guys all now have experience. They have that second year, have that second, third year in them, and that
makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference. We talked about earlier having that good offensive line that's been able to help these running backs run through holes. There were times last season where it just looked like they try to run the ball, and as soon as they snapped the ball, the defensive line was already past them. This year, a lot different though. This Hawks offensive line's been helping out those running backs defensively, playing some opportunistic defense, capitalizing on Crosby's mistakes, and here's a good hole here, though, for 25, and he's got room down the sideline. Kabus throws him out of bounds, and a flag coming in late. No way. I think that might be a face mask.
That was a good run by the Crosby team.
It was a good pickup, and I think they're going to be getting an extra 15 on there, too.
Push that back inside. Let's go.
That's exactly what they're going to call. They're going to call that face mask. Did you agree with that call? I don't think he really grabbed around the face. I think he got him around his neck.
That wasn't a mask. That was the neck.
Yeah, the side judge did throw the flag there.
Let's go. We need the ball now. Let's go.
So far, Crosby on their trips to the red zone have been 2 for 2 tonight. See if the Hawks are able to make a stand on the goal line. That would be big. Run inside. Again, kicks it outside, and he's got nothing but green grass in front of him. Touchdown, Crosby. Yep. They immediately answer the Hawks' touchdown. As they put on another 6 points on the board, giving them a 22-14 advantage. Still try to go for 2 once again. Been successful on both their tries thus far. Spread them out wide. Ball snapped at the 3-yard line for every 2-point conversion. Fade, and it's wide open. Number 1 able to get open with no problem whatever. Just a layup throw there for the quarterback.
Again, we were saying before, the QB for the Crosby team, he has a hand.
He has precision.
He has position too.
The only time he really seemed to be phased was when we got pressure on him. On that last drive, they did it twice. Joe Shea got to him, and then Jackson Henry. But this one, it was just too easy for them to just run the ball outside. That's what Crosby's been doing. That seems to be their game plan so far. Get it outside, get it toward and protect yourself along the sideline there. That's been working for them so far all day. And
let's hope in the Woodland defense you can mix it up a little bit too.
Yep. Well, 4:16 left, so they still have plenty of time. You never know. We saw Krifka and Kabusk break out some big runs there on that last drive. Crosby up 10 here.
Let's go. Let's go. We got a block up front. Let's go.
So once again, Nuss and Kabusk, or not Kabusk, Cochran back to receive the kicks.
Come on, pick somebody out. Let's go.
Had 2 good kickoffs earlier. Last one not so great, but they're still able to score. Nuss able to return the kick, and he's moving those legs forward across the 35, down and around the 37.
These runners have the ability to chug their legs, all right.
Yeah, that's what you want to see out of the running backs.
Yes.
Keep those legs moving.
Every yard counts, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. You never know what's going to happen when the legs moving. You never know if there could be a big pile up, guys pushing guys forward. So it's just a point of emphasis for any young running back, especially at this level. Keep those legs moving, and the Hawks have been doing that very well today. 4:08 remaining here in the second quarter. As Crosby will burn their final timeout. A lot of confusion. A lot of confusion there. Yes, this could be a really crucial moment here in the game.
Yes.
Crosby, I believe, they won the toss, so they deferred for the second half to receive the ball. So Hawks really could use, a touchdown here, make it only a 3-point deficit at halftime. And you never know what will happen in the second half.
Yes.
Maybe Crosby comes out a little too confident, a few turnovers, and then work from there. And Krifka is bottled up there on his first down run, only a pickup of about, probably say, 1.5 yards. So second and long here. Offensive, it's not a very well-rested offense, as they had just, Crosby had a very fast drive. Farina under center. And they're going outside with Nuss, and he's moving. Yes, that'll be just near the first down marker. Looked like only about 1 yard, and he could have probably broken that open for a touchdown. Wasn't able to evade that last guy. But a good run there.
Yes, that was a very great one there. This is Benus kid too. He's a fast guy. During track season, he does well for the team, so he has speed on the side.
What was his event?
Usually the 100-meter dashes, 200-meter dashes,
Yeah, so he's definitely
he's a sprinter.
He's a sprinter, and he's got the speed,
yeah.
and he's a built guy too.
Yes, very built guy.
He could be a major contributor here this season. And they go back to Nuss. And he picks up around 5 there, so the offense continuing to move here. Inside 3 minutes, 2:47 left here in the second quarter. Hawks down 10. Looking to answer after a quick Crosby touchdown. Free and under center. Ball goes inside to Krifka as he's bottled up immediately. Only pickup of around 1 there.
The Crosby defense has been just Slamming the Woodland offense down.
Yeah, inside, they seem to have made adjustments there. Inside, they've been stopping it. But I think when the Hawks have had a lot of success when they got the ball outside.
Yes.
As soon as they got to that second level, that's really where I've seen a lot of success, where they've had a lot of their success. So I'd be surprised if they try to run another one of those jet runs outside with either Cochran or Nuss. Krifka, the guy behind Farina, it looks like it will go to Nuss, and he does have some room outside. Cutting up Fields. I don't know. It looks a little short. They pick up around 2 there. Was chased down. We got behind him. Looked like he had some room out in front of him. But good job there by that Crosby defender catching up to Nuss. Only 1:08 remaining here in the second quarter. It's be an interesting decision here for Coach Maffa. Does he decide to punt, try to pin him deep here? Or do they go for it and potentially give Crosby a short field here right before halftime? And if Crosby's able to score here right before halftime and Woodland isn't able to answer, that could mean a lot of trouble for the second half. So give it inside to Krifka, and he gets nowhere. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage with 41 seconds left on the clock. Crosby defender slow to get up, but is able to go out on his own power. So a turnover on downs.
Crosby defense has been very great with stopping the run plays.
Yeah, the ones inside, Dave, are the ones he
inside.
really
they
seems
excel in the inside. The inside plays, stopping the inside plays rather.
And now let's see we'll really see now what this quarterback has to offer here. Now with 41 seconds, I'm pretty sure they're not going to try to run the ball. I'm sure this quarterback's going to try to air it out. Hawks spent about 10 yards off those receivers. There's a quick pass outside. Quick reception there by number 1. Steps out of bounds to stop the clock. No timeouts here for Crosby. They burn them all. Burn them every time when they're on defense. So. So we'll see if time. The clock's a factor here. With under a minute. 12 steps back to pass. He's got another guy outside, and just another quick pass. A little drop-off pass. Doesn't get the right near that first down marker, and they will give it to him. So 1st and 10. Maybe trying to set up a deep pass here. 2 quick passes outside. Now I'll be surprised if I see maybe a pump and go here. I try to hit a guy going down the field. Maybe get a defender out of place with them trying to jump a route. So let's see. Now outside the pocket, flag on the play. Pass falls harmlessly incomplete. But I believe this one will be coming back. And it is.
It's a little bit of pressure on the QB, so he kind of had to run the ball. He had to run, and then not really a good throw-in.
Yeah, I think what the quarterback has to do is probably just stay in the pocket a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He kind of looks at that first read. And if that first read's covered, he's gonna run. We saw that earlier where he had a play where he quickly looked out for his first guy, wasn't there, so he just immediately ran.
Yes.
So, for him, I'd probably just try to stay inside the pocket.
Yes.
But we did see that one play, though, where he did stay in the pocket, and Jackson Henry came and got him pretty quick. So maybe still a little shell-shocked about that play.
Yeah, that's probably why.
.23 seconds left here in the second quarter. 1st and 20. They try to run it outside, and there's nothing there. Good stop inside. Combination of number 56 Josh Hassan and 74 Jackson Henry there on the tackle. And it looks like Crosby may just run the clock out here, as they will end the first half with a 24-14 lead. So recap right before we take a quick break. Hawks two scoring drives, both touchdowns by Eddie Krifka. Need some help there defensively. Gave out a little too many runs outside. Any thoughts there on the first half, Dave?
It was a pretty good first half. I mean, again, defense needs to be working a lot. Offense was pretty good. They need to be a little bit better, but other than that, that's they should just keep doing what they're doing.
As they will try to keep doing what they're doing in the second half. We're going to take a quick break here for halftime, and we'll be right back.
Yep. Yo, my legs.
I hate those fences, dude. Hell. So you know what, at the Patriot games, they give you those nice seats. There's like people around me that are like, hey man, yo dude, stand up. I'm just like, bro, I got this nice seat. Like, I'm trying to relax and watch the game. It's always better to watch the games at home. Why spend $150 for a ticket? We're outside, it's cold. I could just sit in my, sit on the sofa and enjoy the game.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, this thing's gonna fall. This thing is killing me. You have to stay here, Dave. I just don't want to fall. Go. Now's the time.
Artists, yeah, art class or something, right?
Hey, chopped liver here?
Hi.
Over there. How's it going? Is it?
We had him mighty. I forgot about that. So you had everything, man. You had the whole horsepower, everything. Gloves, cases.
He went to go talk to the football player.
Proud. Oh, nothing to top that. Our Brooklyn killed it. Did you ever get that ball back? He went one way and the ball went another way. I'm like, damn! All stretching. What do you say? Like, it's up, yeah.
What are you going on? I got sort of age.
Really?
I should have brought pants. So I'm walking up here, some guy right behind me starts to rip, and I'm like, why? I'm like, right, yes, I'm walking right behind, I'm walking behind the guy, and all of a sudden I hear a, so I'm like, thanks, buddy. He looked at me and was like, you know,
how's it going?
how are you? Hello.
Good. Are you guys doing good at broadcasting?
Dave is the best.
I'll go
Best
watch
color,
him later.
best color
Please
commentator.
don't.
I'll watch him later.
I didn't mean Dave. Dave, look at me. I didn't mean that.
Big Dave.
Big Dave. Who is it?
That's Sean McGowan.
Sean McGowan.
Yo.
There was one time I made him laugh.
No?
We were at a rec game or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're a savage or something. He said something like that. It was like, he goes, Butters. Butters!
Justin?
Yeah.
What do we get a drink? You want
Yeah, what do we want?
Yeah.
Butters! What's up, dog? What's up, dog? How you doing? Yo, you guys, I heard you guys did good this year. The Wilkins Storm or whatever?
Yeah, we went to the show game.
You guys play good?
Yeah, we
won
came
it?
in third.
Did you? Oh, look at you guys, man.
What is it called? Yeah, we were. I mean,
Yeah?
we lost to Cali. They were nasty.
Oh, yeah?
The kid was throwing like 90 wood bats too. I couldn't. Don't even talk about it. I can't hit any more hits.
All right, you wanna give me money or?
So we got the game starts in 2 minutes, Dave.
Never mind, let's point it through then.
Dave, what do you Dave, you almost killed.
Oh, I didn't do anything.
Or not our laptop. Our iPad. Alright, we want to do a quick.
Do you like mute the thing or
Nah.
you just let it play?
Yeah, dude.
So everybody hears the whole time?
Yeah, I haven't heard your story. That don't matter. I've said worse things. Gotta say that, dude.
Oh God.
Oh my God, it's cold.
It's not that bad. I'm used to your weather
I
now.
want one of those. To go to one of the cheerleaders and be like, dog, give me your jacket. I'm cold.
Yeah, we're out here grinding this thing, sitting there.
I feel like, yo, you know what we should ask for? Should ask for some like jackets or something like that. Get Mr. Amito to hook us up with some jackets.
Yeah, we should do that. I don't
Dude,
know.
I
don't know him.
Dude, I'm gonna hook up. Because he said he was gonna do it for his last year and do it.
Hasn't.
That's what I'm saying, dog. He said, like, dude, you can put your name on it. And I was like, okay.
Get me one with my name on it. Team a selfie.
Oh, wait.
Tangled up here. Oh,
It's Paige, dude.
Dragon?
Yeah, dude, she goes to my school. I haven't seen her once, though.
Where is she? Don't see. Oh, I see. Oh, I see her.
She goes to my school. I've not seen her once.
She goes to UConn.
I've seen everyone else, though. Yeah. I've seen Zaria, I've seen Kayla, I've seen Gianna.
Kayla McRae goes there? The hell? And you said there were no girls there. What the hell? Sir.
Dude, we gotta talk about my range, though.
Matthew, you're a freaking stud of a man. You should be getting
You're a
girls.
stud of a man.
I'm not.
Dude,
Freaking socially awkward.
microphone right there.
I don't care.
All right, looks like 2 minutes before the second half's about to start. So far, Crosby out in front, 24-14. As they won the coin toss and elected to defer here for the second half, so Crosby will be getting the ball first. Hawks will have to make another stop there defensively. Dave, any points of emphasis you think that the Woodland Hawks should do here in order to have in order for them to get a victory here in the second half?
You know, try to go. You know, the outside runs should be more. You know, the outside run should be more.
You mean offensively?
Yes, offensively. Yes. A little bit of variety again because they're starting to pick up. You know, the run in place a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense could be a little. You could lose a little bit of an adjustment here and there, but other than that, you know, keep doing what they're doing. You know.
Yeah, I thought in that first half we saw a very strong offensive line, very experienced group. Open up some holes there.
Yes.
The Hawks a little yards there offensively. And that ball hit off. That ball will roll out of bounds. So I think the rules here in high school is if you kick it out of bounds, they don't give you the ball at the 40-yard line. They move you back a few yards, and then you kick it again.
Mm-hmm. So I just see a flag, too.
Yeah, it showed a flag, so. That's exactly what they have to do. They have to reline it up. A few yards back this time. I think that's how it works. Not 100% sure. And mack them up about 10 yards, and they're going to re-kick it. I think that's not as punishing as what they do in the NFL, where if you kick it out of bounds, the team already has the ball at the 40-yard line, which I think actually for some teams it'd probably benefit them if they just kick the ball out of bounds every single time.
Yeah.
Just give them the ball at the 40-yard line and get it over with, I think. So I don't know. Maybe. What do you think, Dave?
I don't know. This is
You think it's a little bit more cruel for them to back it up, or just? What do you think?
I really don't know for this one.
Come on, what's your opinion?
Oh, but yeah, I guess it'd be beneficial.
Another muffed kick return. Come on, that's blocked from behind. Yep, definitely there. So this guy can run all he wants, but he will be. He'll be coming back, and he'll probably be at the spot of the foul there, Dave. So this should be the half a distance to the goal here. So they'll probably get the ball around the 8-yard line if it is spot of the foul. That's what it should be.
Blocked the back by Crosby.
To Crosby's offense, they're all the way over here, but they should be back there to start. Yeah, there it is. Legal block in the back. Official call now by the referee. Just as I said, right at the 8-yard line. As that's where Crosby has to start, and they have a long field to work with here.
Yes, very much so.
So you never know. Hawks bottle up a few runs, and then some pretty good field position here. No, should be interesting. Well, Crosby back out in that spread formation that's been run the entire first half. They do start off with a quick screen pass outside. And he's got room to run. He's got a lot of room up the middle. He's got a convoy of blockers. And he's tripped up there just past the 40-yard line, and the receiver's down there after the play.
Seems like he tripped himself a little bit, then just fell flat on his stomach.
Maybe, yeah, when you fall on that ball, it's a
very hard ball.
Yeah.
First down, Crosby.
Just to aggravate.
Senior Wolf with the reception.
Everyone will have to come out for at least one play here. That it stopped the game. So ball at the 36-yard line. Bunch formation there. Still running up the middle again. Bounces off of one guy as he chugs ahead for another 10 yards or so.
Hey, you gotta grab a hold of him. Don't run by him. Let's go.
Hawks having a tough time bringing down these rushers for Crosby so far, Dave.
You gotta realize too, though, the running backs are pretty powerful people too.
Yeah, I know they definitely are. I mean, it's on both sides. Both teams with powerful running backs.
Yes.
Crosby doing it a different way though. They're doing it out of that shotgun formation, while the Hawks decide, typically keeping the X or Y. Big missed tackle there by Moore, and this running back has a lot of room to run as he'll go down the sideline. Sorry about that. Missed that one, but yeah, now they got right toward the goal line. So another big run for the Bulldogs as they have the ball. It looks like there may be a flag on the play as well. So let's see what we got. And it looks like a personal foul on the defense. So that'll be about, I don't know exactly where the ball is, but it's either 15 yards or half the distance to the goal.
Hey, let's go, D!
So Crosby looking, doing a lot of the same what they did there in that first half. A lot of control here offensively. Breaking out the big runs. It's really what the Hawks' problems were there in the first half. Haven't seen an adjustment yet, but that would be a good time for a goal line stand. Oh. Throw up the middle, wide open, and reaches for the goal line, and touchdown Crosby. Another throwing touchdown for this quarterback for Crosby.
Again, the quarterback knowing the right time to throw the ball,
I mean, that guy he was wide open there.
Very much so.
It's now a 30-14 advantage for the Bulldogs. It is a tall task for these Hawks to try to come back in this one. And so they'll go for two again. They've had absolutely no problem on these 2-point conversions today. Low snap, though. Go to the corner of the end zone. Ball deflected, and I saw grass. Yep, so that one's incomplete. So they are able to make a stop there on the second for the 2-point conversion. First time they've been able to do that today, and we'll see.
Very good. That was excellent.
Excellent work there, making a stop. And probably one of the only positives you could take out of that drive defensively. Yes. Not a lot of good form tackling.
It's a lot to tell.
Crosby, and then a wide open pass there at the back end.
Woodland's got to watch out for those kinds of passes. Like doing getting to the end zone there. They got to watch out for those the quarterbacks throwing abilities.
Oh, I agree there.
Oh no.
What up, dog?
we're broadcasting the game. So.
What's up, dude?
Connor, get out of here. This thing broke. What are you doing? Did you have to evacuate because of the storm? Yeah. Did you get a flight? You got a flight?
No, I wasn't able to find it.
You got a flight?
Of course.
I don't know, dude. Like, people they can't get out.
Dude, I managed to escape the hysteria. It was.
How much did you pay for a plane ticket to get out of there?
$130.
Oh, you lucked out. Because they're charging like $1,300 right now.
It's insane.
Hey. Alright. We gotta commentate this game. Yo, we'll talk to you after the game, alright? The odds, David. The odds. How are you? Oh, Dave, we're men of the people. Alright, so after that little interruption there, basically all that happened, a quick kick return there. Good work by Cochran, got a pass right around the 35. Crosby pulling guys off the field late. If that was Aaron Rodgers, he probably would have already had a play going. You know, he's a master at that. I think I saw Brady do that yesterday too. Immediately snapping the ball, give yourself a free play. Hawks weren't able to snap the ball fast enough though. So a quick gain of 4 there, and see who was on the run. Looked like it was an inside run, so most likely Krifka. So back in the wing formation as they have all game today. Farina taking the snap from there. And a movement up front. And there's maybe a false start. Oh no, they call offsides on Crosby, so. No, they're backing him up. Are they moving him up? What are we doing here? Okay, here we go. Now they're moving him up. So now a second and very short here for the Hawks. Call that 2nd and 1. And no, it looks like they're first down and 10. Moving the chains. So free first down for the Hawks.
That's always a good thing, you know.
They'll
can't beat free.
Yeah, you can't beat free. Handoff going inside to Krifka. Falls forward for about a pickup of 1, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Goes to 2nd and 9. Handoff going outside to Cabus. Cabus has got some wheels as he's very close to the first line.
I'm telling you, again, I've said this before. That Cabus kid, very fast guy.
You saw Big Henry out there too, leading the way, knocking some bodies out in front.
The Henry kid, he's a big guy, but then speed is just unbelievable.
Yeah, we saw that speed rush earlier in the second quarter. He kind of surprises you. He's a big boy, but he's elusive.
Very.
This will be about a 3rd and 1 as a timeout taken here by Crosby, and they've done this. They've multiple times today, calling timeouts defensively, and it hurt them there. Going into the second half, or at the end there of the first half, they didn't have any timeouts to run the ball.
Yeah.
The field. So you never know. This could hurt them.
Yeah, that's very true.
It might not hurt them today, but as the season goes on, like when they're going to a little closer game here. Not saying this one's over by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
Still 8:38 here. 30-14, Crosby out in front.
It could be a lot of opportunity to turn the tides over,
This could be definitely all it takes right here. Little stop here. Then you go for 2. Then you get a touchdown here. 2-point conversion, a stop, touchdown, another 2-point conversion, and you got yourself a tie game.
That's
so
true. Yep.
still 2-possession game here, 2:38, plenty of time. Even with this slow, methodical Hawks offense that just chugs it out. Get a few yards every play. Here's a 3rd and 1. And they've done decent here, but I'd probably say about 50% in these short yard situations. They go inside. That's time with Cochran, and Cochran found a little seam there. Cochran not a lot of success early, but that was a good run there by number 5.
Great run.
Another speedy, just another option.
He's the hole. He just passes right through.
We were talking at the beginning of the game about the depth of running back that they have here. Not one guy will be taken over. Last year was a lot of runs with Negron over and over and over again. Kind of wore him down as the season progressed. But this year, you see they're subbing guys out. Everyone's contributing as we see another big run here by Cabas, and he's got just gets wrapped up there inside the 20-yard line, down at around inside the 10. So they're staying right around the 13-yard line. Chains are definitely moving there. 1st and 10. Right at the 12-yard line. As again, these holes opened up by the offensive line has led to great success for these athletic running backs that these Hawks have. And I've only thrown the ball once today, which is impressive. Another one with Cochran, and this time gets way too wide as he loses about 2 there.
That might be a good time to try the little pass ball action.
I think now's the time for the offensive coordinator to really look deep into that. Really deep into maybe the plays. Maybe
not a long pass, but like a short.
Maybe something
different.
Right, maybe a little screen outside. Maybe a misdirection. Just something, because Crosby can assume it's inside outside. Maybe if you do some misdirection, you never know.
That would really help them a lot.
Saw a guy move early. They are throwing here as Farino just chucked this one out of bounds, and a late hit though. And that is the discipline, and it looks like a little extracurricular afterwards as well. It's not smart football there. And a roughing the passer will give the Hawks a 1st and goal at around the probably say 5 or 6 yard line. Hit him late out of bounds, Dave.
That's a great advantage right there.
Wait, it's a great break for the Hawks.
Yes. Let's hoping they could capitalize and, get a touchdown.
Yeah, any break you could take. When you're down like this, you could use a few breaks.
Every single thing counts,
Absolutely.
Hey, let's go! Punch it in, let's go! Let's go!
Not smart football there whatsoever. Still not be inside the 10. They'll mark that ball.
Let's go!
Like the 7. It's half a distance to the goal. Excuse me. Here they go. The double wing formation. Go inside with Krifka. Coach Moffill screaming on the sideline. When we talked earlier about when those running backs get those legs going, they got to push them behind. That's we've seen. Remember last year, LeGarrette Blount was one of those guys where he just keep those legs going, and then they'd start a pile up behind them, and they'd keep gaining more and more yards. And that's what you need when you're inside the 5-yard line. Got to be a lot of smash mouth football here.
Yep. Yeah, again, before you said that's like going inside, you need more of those pushing, legs churning along.
A lot of power. They'll go outside now with Cabas, and he's got some room as this will be close. Ball's out. They're marking it a touchdown. I think that was Marone who fell on top of it anyway, so it's a touchdown no matter what. Touchdown Hawks.
That was some excellent athleticism
They
right
will
there.
be going for 2 here to make it a 1-possession game. Kabuska's first touchdown of the season.
That kid has a bright future ahead of him. He keeps playing like this.
He's only a sophomore. He's could be part of that big class next year.
Yes.
Hawks playing for now, though, as a 2-point conversion would make this a 1-possession game with 6:37 left in the third quarter. Ball at the 3-yard line. I'm expecting the Hawks to go probably a jet outside run here.
Yes.
You never know, maybe a wrinkle here. As they're going outside of Cochran, and Cochran has absolutely nothing there. As he was, I think, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. So still a 2-possession game here. Hawks down 30-20. Crosby will have to answer here, offensively, and Dave, couldn't have asked for a better time for a turnover right now, Dave.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Maybe seeing a few high snaps to the center early, so maybe one of those. Once in a while, when they do decide to pass the ball, sometimes the quarterback stays in there just a little too long.
Yeah.
And they're able to get some pressure and coming around the backside.
Get some sacks.
Maybe a strip sack.
And for the defense to shine over here, or first special teams first, and then defense will shine later on.
First, then. They've been doing a pretty good job, though, the past 2 times, making tackles on special teams. They got to keep that going because, kick return here. And, a lot of that momentum that they just gained on offense goes right out the window.
Yep.
So, these young freshmen have been kicking the ball well today. Number 1, number 3 back to receive the kick. As it'll be a roller right toward the sideline as he drops it, and that ball's still alive. I don't know. Yeah, I think Crosby came up on top. Yeah,
Crosby did get the ball.
He did. I got a little too excited there. And I saw it. The ball was moving in there, so you never know. And here comes out this Crosby offense who moved the ball very methodically in that first drive. Sprinted right up and down the field. A lot of big runs. Hawks are gonna have
been good with that, and the pass ball.
Yeah, absolutely. So, had that wide open pass there to conclude a very impressive drive for the Bulldogs. And if you're the Hawks, you know what they're gonna do.
Yep.
They're gonna run it outside. Let's see if they're able to get some early penetration inside. And here it comes, that outside run, and they bottom up. Good group tackling. Eddie Krifka, the first one on the tackle, and Carter finished it up, and Krifka is down.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
Not a good thing. He contributes a lot on offense and defensively. I don't know, that left leg, I believe it might have gotten rolled up. And he's not moving that left leg at all. So, they're trying to trainers out there stretching him out. So it's gonna have to be a next man up kind of mentality here. Just crowd very quiet. They're stretching out Krifka. Man, did you do that, Dave? He's popping, trying to pop right back up. Could be one of the. Hopefully, it's your first game. I don't know how he hydrated today, so hopefully, you're hoping it's just a cramp.
A little tweak, yeah.
Yeah, a little tweak.
Nothing major.
Yeah, because you need him back on the field.
Yes, Eddie Krifka's been doing a good job.
He's that power back offensively, and he's the guy that has to set the edge defensively. They've really been struggling doing that. So here they go again. Now running it inside. Broke off a tackle. He's still chugging ahead. Across the 35, right down at about the 37-yard. That's a first down.
Switch it up a little bit there. The Crosby offense that they ran inside instead of outside.
Yeah, they kind of ran through that B gap
so
instead
that kind of threw them off a little bit.
Yeah, they're running a lot of C gap, get that ball outside. That time they ran in that B gap.
So
a little stretch play. It worked out pretty well. So they go right back to that B gap, and it's working. Big back here, number 25. They're trying to strip that ball out. Another big gain here for the Crosby Bulldogs as they continue to drive.
Let's go. You gotta start hitting. Let's go.
About 5:10 here in the third quarter. You can see, Dave?
Almost midway in the field.
Yep.
To the
Just before midfield.
Yep.
And a good job there by number 12. So they get the defensive lineman to jump. Offsides, 5 yards. And now you're on 1st and 5, Dave. They've been so successful running the ball. This could be an opportunity where they do a play action on 1st and 5 and really try to stretch the field there with the quarterback. We know he's got the arm, Dave. We've seen it. And here it is. Here comes the throw. They throw it up and incomplete. Broken up there by number 25, Zachariah Kavos.
Yeah, so a little bit of rushing of the quarterback a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like they brought a blitz there on that play.
Kind of messed him up a little bit. Threw it up in the air. He couldn't get to the receiver in time. So
yeah, I think they outnumbered the offensive line.
Yep.
I think they blitzed 6 players there. So it was man-on-man coverage down the field.
Yes.
And the quarterback kind of had to throw that ball off his back foot. And yeah, so that was good. But
yeah.
I think it's still a good play call for Crosby because it's 2nd and 5 after that penalty. So now they can just probably run the ball these next 2 times to try to get that first down. But now under center for the first time today, they'll toss it outside, and number 3's tackled. But that looked like plenty of yards here for a first as they'll keep the chains moving. Ball now at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
Again, this has been a battle and a half. Meaning some pretty intense stuff we're seeing right here.
Yeah, a lot of these guys on the Woodland team. I think a good timeout here.
Yes.
Called by the Hawks. They looked very winded. A lot of guys with hands on their knees. For a lot of these guys, they're playing both offense and defense. They're playing an entire ballgame. That's difficult to do.
That's very difficult to do.
When you see guys in the NFL, some guys are specialists. They come in for 1 or 2 plays on offense, but never you see a guy playing an entire game. It's very difficult for them.
Very.
Even in the college game too. I mean, you got some guys like last year. Michigan had Jabril Peppers, a guy who played special teams, some defense, and some offense, but he was more of a specialist offensively. It's different. These guys are playing every single down, so they're winded.
It gets tiring after a while. Yes,
absolutely.
I can testify to that.
So you could tell right now, Crosby, they got those running backs who they're just running that ball up the middle. They're hitting them hard. It's only so many hits you can take.
That's true.
It's a grind to the end here. But the Hawks still right in this ball game. 30-20, 4:37 left here in the third quarter. And they fought with this Crosby team who, as I said earlier, won that Waterbury Jamboree. So this is the best of the Waterbury City teams that you're going to see. And the Hawks have battled the entire game. So, got to take a positive. And there's a good stop. Oh, yep, there you go. Good gang tackle in there. That's a good job there. I think that was 59. As you see a flag come out here late. I think that was 59 and 45. Carter Moore's one of them. And then one guy came in, finished up the tackle. We'll see what that flag is. Still looking for that ref. And it looks like it might be a personal foul. Ugh. And that's a killer. Did you see the call there?
What is it, please?
Yeah, they called it unsportsmanlike conduct. Maybe there's a guy who came in late, jumped on top of the pile. That could be what they're calling.
Maybe.
That's tough right there. After you made a really good stop there, I would have set up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah. That's got to be a crusher to
Yeah, it's got to stink. You just came out of the timeout, made a good play, and then you have a personal foul. Hurt you. Yeah. So we go, 1st and 10. Ball right around the 20, inside the 30-yard line. In the gun. 2 receivers out to the quarterback's left, 2 to his right, and he's dropping back to pass. Examining the field now with room up front, and there's a tackle right up around the line of scrimmage. That's number 88, Joe Shea.
Again, Joe Shea, big physical kid. I mean, he knows how to come in there, rustle you up a little bit, and then put you on the floor.
I've been very impressed with this defensive line.
Yes.
As far as pass rushing is concerned,
yes,
they've come in and they've gotten off their blocks. They've been rushing this quarterback very well. So that's good with a secondary like they have, a very young, inexperienced secondary.
Yes.
It's good to have that defensive line that's going to come in pass rush, and that's going to give time for those corners to be easier for the corners because they can kind of anticipate the first move the receiver does. And there was a good stop there on 2nd down, so a pick up a 5 there for Crosby. So here comes a 3rd down situation for the Hawks. Probably 4 down territory if you're Crosby. So it doesn't seem like they have a kicker on their team, so they'll probably be going for it on 3rd down. So let's see.
Hello.
In the gun. They run it again. And it looks to be bottled up there up the middle. And here you go. This could be the big momentum shift. 4th down. I'm putting money on it that Crosby stays out there offensively. The running back slow to get up there, but
he's up on his feet.
He's now up. Yeah, they're going to sub him out, though. And I think they might go. I don't see a running back in there, so I think they might go. No, my bad. They're still going 4 wide. Thought they might have emptied it out there. Here we go. Here's a 4th and 5. Drop back to pass. Going to the side. It's a catch. Did he get enough? No.
Devontae Howard with the reception for Crosby.
And it's Hawks ball. Referee pointing. So a big stop there on 4th down, Dave. That could be the momentum shift that these Hawks need.
Yes, very much so.
That time the quarterback only a quick out there, probably anticipating a pass rush. And hey, that's the effect of having a good pass rush into the quarterback. You can open things up. They're gonna have to do quick passes, and that'll help out your secondary. So we mentioned earlier. So Hawks got the ball back, 2:23 here in the 3rd quarter. Farina under center.
Again, every disadvantage that other team has, you got to take advantage of that.
Absolutely, 100%. And here we go. We got a big run here. It's Cochran. That's Kabuski, excuse me. As he's running the ball down the sideline. 1 man left to beat, and he's tripped up there at the 20-yard line. Sorry, I couldn't get that on. Couldn't get that on film. Oh, but a good run there by Kabusk. Is that Kabusk? That was Kabusk, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's him. Okay, you see, he's got his
arms
on the hips there. That's a big run.
That was a huge run, humongous run.
The biggest play, by far the biggest play of the day for the Hawks.
Yes.
Offensively. So here we go. Hawks now in the red zone. They've been very successful here the entire game. Crosby making late subs off the field. Let's see. Maybe the Hawks catching the Bulldogs off guard as they go inside, and they continue to run the ball up the middle. Little dive right up the middle. Now inside 20 minutes. 10-point deficit for the Hawks as they are driving after a big run by Zachariah Kabusk. we go. Cochran in motion. Give it. Nope. Freer's going to keep it. And the quarterback keeper. And there's another flag. Hit him late. Hit him late right at the sideline. After a minimal gain. That'll be another personal foul. It's Crosby. Dave, they're looking a little rattled out there.
Yes, they're not looking, they're not putting your head in the game. They keep doing all these, aggressive stuff. It's not helping them out. No. It's costing them. I don't know why they keep doing it, but they're doing it anyways.
Yeah, we see both teams with personal foul plays. We saw it earlier.
Yes.
Woodland had made a good stop. On a first down play, would have been 2nd and 10, but they had a personal foul.
Mm-hmm.
And then earlier this half, there was a personal foul. It would have been a third and goal. Mm-hmm. It would have been, right around the 15, but instead there was a personal foul play. Should have had half the distance of the goal.
Yes.
And then we just saw right there, it was just a quarterback keeper. It would have been another third down. Good opportunity for Crosby to get off the field. But, yeah, those mental mistakes, Dave, those are what's going to hurt you.
Never a good thing. Never a good thing.
And if you're a young team like the Hawks, these are when you're going to have to capitalize.
Got to drive chaos over there.
They're going to try another dive inside with Krifka. He's going to try to get those legs moving.
Not a bad run. Not a bad run
at all, as he got about half of what they needed to get there. Crosby making subs defensively. And Crosby, just like the Hawks, these guys have been playing mostly the entire game. It's their first game. It's their first game of the season, so maybe fatigue starting to pick up a little bit. Now inside a minute here in the third quarter. Kabusk in motion. The ball goes to him. He's looking to make a move toward the pylon, and he's down at probably about the half-yard line. Right at the 1 there, so it's going to be... That's about 2 or 3 feet away from...
Pretty much.
2 or 3 inches, excuse me, to getting in there, so... I don't know, what do they do? Do they run like a Tom Brady quarterback keeper here, or what do they do? Here we go. They give it to Krifka. He jumped, and I think he got it. He certainly did. Touchdown Hawks. As they'll go for the extra point here. It's a one-possession game. Hawks only trailing now 26-30. 6 seconds left here in the third quarter. Capitalizing off the turnover on downs from Crosby. Big run by Kabusk really set this whole thing up.
Mm-hmm.
As this freshman now will be trying to hit this extra point through. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Should be 3 for 3 on the day. That one is up, and it is. Now he's 3 for 3. He's 3 for 3. Precision, power. Say it all. This freshman has been very impressive.
Very impressive.
And these Hawks got to be excited. They have him for 4 years. It's something that they haven't had in the past.
Yes.
A reliable kicker. Nothing against anyone else who had kicked before, but this kid, he's in his first game ever. He's a freshman, and he's doing very well.
Very well. I'm impressed.
You want to talk about pressure? The kicker's got to have the... because that's his only job, really, is to kick the ball. So it's
very crucial job.
Yeah, it's a crucial job. There's a lot of pressure on him to nail those through.
Yep.
So far, this kid's got ice in his veins as he's nailed all 3 of his extra points. He's done a good job pinning them deep multiple times. Only 1 kick out of bounds, but didn't really hurt him too much.
Mm-hmm.
As the Woodland Hawks able to stick with this Crosby team, who's winners of the Waterbury Jamboree, and Hawks offense has been, really cruising here in the second half. They've been extremely dominant.
Yep.
And this defense has been, nothing perfect defensively, but they've been opportunistic. And this number 3 returner once again muffs the kick, but he's got a little bit of room there, but only able to get the ball past the 25 down at the 26. Number 18 there, I think, made the tackle. As that will
that would wrap up the third quarter.
Wrap it up there in the third.
Hawks trying to make the comeback, trying to go 1-0. To be the first time they've been over 500 in over a season. So be great for the Hawks, team that only had one win last season.
Yes.
Get their first win in their first game. That could be
a great motivator.
That could make motivation for the rest of the season. Get that first one out of the way. You know, you're number one in your division. It's going to be tough for them to compete with a few other teams in this division, but I mean, they're holding their own against a good Crosby team who, like I've mentioned plenty of times, won the Waterbury Jamboree, so this is the best team here the Waterbury City has to offer. Hawks have been staying with them. They have, I believe, Watertown next week at a home game. So Watertown, it was a loss to them last year, but I think I heard Watertown, they lost a good handful of players.
Again, with the performance I'm seeing here, they could probably pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing a pretty experienced Crosby team here. A lot of this team, the quarterback's a senior. I know at least one of the receivers is a senior, just from what I read in the paper. So they've been playing a very experienced team here. And they're trying to run it outside, and there's absolutely nothing. That's number 64. I believe that's Tom Farnars there on the tackle, if I'm not mistaken.
Tom Farnars is a very cunning man. He knows when to come out of the blocks, and once in a while he gets into the quarterback, puts him down pretty much.
Yeah, it looks like he's definitely. I know he's the center, but it looks like he's lining up right over the nose. It looks like he's right over the football. So basically, flips positions when he comes on the defensive side of the ball. That time, trying to get that outside run game going, and he sniffed it out, and they.
So he pretty much just breaks the wall and just goes for the QB.
Absolutely. Here we go. There comes a throw. Quick slant route right between the hands of the defender. As this Crosby offense now faces a 3rd and very long. Woodland sideline really starting to feel it now. A lot of energy coming from them. Which has been pretty consistent all game, but it just seems there's a second level of intensity coming from them.
The Warriors madness, pretty much.
Absolutely. Should I get you a good view here for the 3rd down play? So here we go. 3rd and long. Quarterback's trying to scramble. They have a spy there, and they sack him. Don't think that was behind the line of scrimmage, but they come up with a tackle. And Joe Shea, guy, we've been saying his name a lot today defensively. Another big stop defensively. Big number 88. Changed numbers because he's playing tight end this season, so decided to change his number. I can't tell you what his number was. I think it was like 55 or something. Now number 88. But hey, he's been playing very effective with that number 88
so,
on.
yeah, that's true.
This could be the breakout year for number 88. No, the Hawks lost two of their bigger defensive players up front in Scott Lawrence and Cody Doyle graduating. So it's good to see number 88 really step up today, picking up the pace. It's what you want to see.
Yep.
As now Crosby pressing here just to hold on. We came into this quarter pretty optimistic about the outcome. It looks like Crosby was in full control offensive. That first drive they came out, they went all the way down the field, looked like no problem. And then, I mean, the Hawks just came in there and
adjusted it a little bit.
They made adjustments.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it seems like this quarterback, in his first game, he definitely has the arm. We saw that early. But the secondary has really locked down, and that's allowed that pass rush to get onto the quarterback. And I'm telling you, it's made all the difference right now. This Hawks offense looks nearly unstoppable here in the second half. And you never know, a big drive here, and the Hawks...
It could be
I mean, they're definitely making it interesting. They've already made it interesting. This is a high punt. A lot of backspin. It's dead. It's dead. The ball. And here we go. The Hawks got the ball already in Crosby territory after a weak punt there. And here we go. Team that's owned this second half. It's really
stuck it to this Crosby team who, as we mentioned, won the Waterbury Jamboree.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just not a bad team that these Hogs are playing, and they've looked good. And here we go. And Mike Farina, the guy who was not expected to get the start today, has come in and he's played very. Yeah, I know he's only been handing the ball off, but he's had to stand in there. He got 2 personal foul calls against them that have made a big difference in this one. He's had to make all the play calls in the huddle, which he probably didn't have to do, which he wasn't expecting to do as a receiver. So he's done a good job of doing that. And everyone seems to be on the same page offensively. Tough loss though there on first down, as you never want to go backwards here in this on this style of offense that the Hawks run. So here we go, 2nd and long. Cabus the one moving. They're going to do a dive up the middle here with Krifka. He's got room to run. He's moving down the sideline, and he's going to see the right there in the end zone. Touchdown Hawks! The Woodland Hawks, after trailing, I think it was 30-14 at the beginning of this half, has come all the way back and have taken a 33-30 advantage.
Spectacular job by the Woodland offense right there. That was great running right there. Excellent.
They set up. They had great field position after that bat punt, and they capitalized. They've been capitalizing all day offensively. This is very impressive.
Yep.
And, I mean, like we said at the beginning of the game, this offensive line is very experienced, and we've been seeing massive holes all day. And this freshman,
and this kicker,
another one.
He's on fire, man.
He is a machine.
He really is. He's like a Terminator, pretty much.
He's like the Justin Tucker of NBL football. He doesn't miss.
He really doesn't.
If you don't know who Justin Tucker is, he's the kicker of the Ravens, who I believe he was like 35 of 36 last year.
Wow.
The only kick he missed was a play where Shane McClellan jumped over the center. I mean, it wasn't Justin Tucker's fault. It was because of his lack of accuracy. His offensive line calling him down. But yeah, this kid is just a machine. He's been nailing home all the extra points. In a game like this, let's say he doesn't make these extra points. They're not winning right now.
Yep.
So I mean, it's important to have a guy who you can
rely on.
Yeah. Absolutely. But now Crosby, they're gonna have an opportunity here to respond with 9:40 left here in the 4th quarter. Hawks have stopped them the last 2 times. Dave, do you expect them to do more rushing play? Do you expect them to do a little bit more rush plays, or do they try to stick with those pass plays?
I think they're going to stick with a little bit of both, because they got to switch it up. They've been doing a lot of running plays, so they want to switch it up a little bit more to make it slightly less unpredictable for the Woodland defense.
But it seems like the Hawks have really keyed in, though, that secondary at least.
Yes.
Of locking down those guys at the line, right at the line. And the pass rush has been very impressive as well.
Yes.
Joe Shea leading the way. I believe he has 3 sacks on the night. I'll say he's got 3 sacks. Why not? It's this one not as deep of a kick, but it's a squid kick. And let's see. Oh man, that ball was pretty darn close to being recovered there by the Hawks. That would have been, something spectacular.
Yes.
I don't know if that was on purpose, but it was pretty gosh darn close. And you're seeing a very animated Coach Maffa there on the sideline, as he knows.
That guy's a tough man. He's a smart, genius, tactical. He's pretty much like a general of football, pretty much. He knows what he's doing.
Right now he's really sensing that this team, a team that really had a tough time competing in games last season, has an opportunity now to make a statement victory in their first game. You can already see the development of these players. Just a season ago.
Not so hot, but now.
Yeah, season ago not so hot, but the development is there. As they're going to start off running the ball inside, and Hawks stack them up. So good job inside, so no big play there.
We're gonna be those Bulldogs. We're gonna be
your kids so much. You got it, dude. I can't even hold this anymore. It's so cold. Ah. All right, I'm good. So my back is killing me.
You can stretch for a bit.
No, I'm good. I'm good. In the shotgun, they run it outside here, and there's some room to go. Spinning off a defender, but a good tackle. A lot of east-west rushing there, Dave. The guy has to cut it inside. Mm-hmm. The Hawks doing a good job of making them get outside and then making the tackle, which they were not doing earlier.
The first 2 quarters, they weren't really doing good with tackles. They would miss tackles left and right, but now they're just hitting them off pretty good. So
yeah, absolutely. Good balance. I mean, maybe this Crosby offense showing a little fatigue.
Yes.
As Crosby will have to use another timeout, as they only have 1 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Both teams with only 1 timeout here in the 4th quarter. So coming late into the game, we saw it hurt them early, right before the half. They were trying to drive down the field, but they could only run out routes right toward the sideline because they were they didn't have any of those timeouts. Couldn't really throw the ball over the middle. So we'll see if this really becomes a factor here late in the game.
Woodland, here we go! Here we go, Woodland, here we go!
Stand and stretch.
Here we go! Here we go, Woodland, 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 here we go!
All right, I'm good to go. There we go. Third down, and around 6.
Got it.
Yep. Throw up the middle. It's caught, but it'll be close, right near the marker. I won't be surprised if they come out and measure. Nope, they're gonna give him a first down.
That was a pretty good catch.
Yeah, good catch. Not a great throw, but the receiver made up for it, making it a great diving catch. After dropping a pass on that last drive.
Here we go, D-up, let's go!
Dude, what the? Can you hold it?
Yep.
Okay. Run inside here. Bottled up, though, as this guy continues to run. There's a big pile up, and this one continuing the move. Some good power running there by Crosby.
It's like a locomotive. It can't be stopped.
Like a locomotive. And those are the pile-ups that Coach Maffa wants to see as well. We have Krifka running the ball up the middle. You want to get those offensive linemen behind you, push up. That's what they did, and they get a good job.
This really helped a lot, again.
Yeah, especially down to the goal line.
I can emphasize that enough. Like, this really helped a lot.
So here we go. Another first down, Crosby. Starting the drive off well, right at midfield it looks. This is when the Hawks defense really needs to tighten up here. Inside, got a blitz coming. It's a screen pass, but there was no one in front of the receiver there. There's a good tackler. I believe that was Farnars, number 64.
Again, I've said this before. Farnars is like a shark. He comes out from the bottom of the water and just tackles you, puts you down.
Never see him coming, right, Dave?
No, you can't see him.
Lethal. Now we reach inside 7 minutes here in the 4th quarter. Hawks with a 4-point advantage. About 2nd and 8. Spread formation here. They're running, shoot up that A gap. Stay outside, and they got him. And they got him on the line. Great work there.
Oh, teamwork! It was great.
And Jose pumped these boys
right up over there.
Oh, they're revving them up now. That C-gap run had been killing them earlier in the game. Had been killing them earlier in the game, but they've made the adjustment at halftime. Don't allow that run outside. Stay outside, and it's been working. Here we go. 3rd and 10. Good. And they leave their. I don't know. There is one run back there. Throw it up the middle. Ball caught. Now he's gonna have to run. See if he got it. There's a tackle made by Cabus. The Hawks say he's short, but they're gonna have to mark it. And it's a first down.
He looked like he was short there for a little bit, but
yeah, it was close, but. Big 3rd down conversion there. As let's see if Crosby decides to go more to that passing game. No, this time just a run, low snap. They're trying to get on top of the run. That was a good job there inside. Rush defense has been significantly better here.
Very much so.
In the second half. And Joe Shea got his hands up there. He didn't want to take a personal foul here late in the game.
No, that would not be good at all.
No, those have hurt Crosby as this game's progressed. The last thing he needs is a 15-yard penalty when he's trying to make a stand here defensively with about 5 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. We're just about... And it looks like they're running a wildcat formation here. No quarterback. No, they ran out. Sorry, that was single back. And I'll bottle him up there. That time they tried to go with a toss play. It worked earlier, but it's not working right now. But that brings up a 3rd and manageable here. Definitely four down territory here if you're Crosby. And if you're the Hawks, I mean, you're looking at that clock. You know you've been having a lot of success offensively, but typically we see this team as a very methodical offense.
Yes.
So you really think they need to make a stop right now if they're going to want to win this game. Here we go. 3rd and 5. It's a pass play. They're getting some pressure on him, and he overthrows his receiver. Number 9 could not make the catch. Ball's too high.
Again, the pressure game has been pretty good so far for the Hawks.
Yeah, that time it looked like two of the interior linemen were able to get pressure there on number 12.
Yes.
So here we go. This could be the biggest play of the game. 4th and 5. 4:18 in the 4th quarter. The sideline going absolutely crazy. Jason. Just going, wow.
How much time do they have to run the point?
That's facts. They've been taking forever. Here we go. 4th and 18. Crowd up. 2 receivers out to either side. They run a screen. And it falls incomplete. It falls incomplete. Hawks look like they were bringing the house there on a blitz, and it looked like the running back had plenty of room.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
The quarterback had a lot of pressure out in front of him, and I think that might have forced an errant pass.
Again, the pressure has been. Before I said it before. Great, excellent. Like they've been giving it to him. You know, the quarterback. They've been giving it to him. Tremendous job by the Woodland.
This team.
Woodland defense there.
This team last year really. Going to last year, this team would do pretty well. They stay with it in the first half, but that second half they kind of dip it off. But today, an entirely almost different team.
Yes.
First half didn't look very good. Second half came in, and so far they've absolutely dominated.
They've wrecked the house pretty much.
As here we go, the Hawks now with the opportunity to put this game on ice. 4:13 in the 4th quarter. Crosby only with 1 timeout, so they really can't stop the clock. So you never know. A few more of those big runs, and the Hawks could be, seeing the W here in their first one. They try a dive play of first Krifka. That one was either a pickup of minimal to no gain. Maybe a generous 1 yard there, so it'd be 2nd and 9.
Generous 1 yard.
You didn't earn it though. You got hit right at the line of scrimmage, and you kept those legs moving.
Hey, every yard counts.
No. Go sit next to sit next to me.
Also, I did in the Patriot game. My friend wanted to go to the bathroom. I was like, do not go to the bathroom. Shit. So 3:28 left here in the fourth quarter. Hawks trying to run out this clock. They try to go outside with Kabus. Got to stay in bounds, and he doesn't. He goes out of. I don't know. He did stay in bounds, so they're saying, keep the clock going. But a good pickup there. Got about half the yardage they needed to get. But a big third down here for the Hawks. They could put this game potentially on ice right now with a stop. And it looks like I'd probably say about a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. Inside 3 minutes now. Crosby going to keep that last time out in their back pocket.
Smart by them.
Smart by them, yeah. Don't call it. I wouldn't use it right now either. Freener's going to drain that play clock out. As Coach Maffo will use the timeout.
Timeout, Woodland.
Don't want to take a delay game penalty there, so they just drain it out. Maybe try to get the Crosby defensive line to jump. Didn't jump. So Hawks without timeouts now. So put all of the chips on these next two drives.
Yes.
They'd like to end it here, but if Crosby gets that ball back, Hawks are going to have to stop him because with no timeouts and a quarterback that we've only seen him throw the ball once.
Yes.
We won't see many vertical plays.
Yeah, we don't want to risk the team doesn't want to risk anything yet. So.
No.
Gotta be smart about everything.
So here we go, 3rd and 6. I would expect probably a jet play to either Kabusk or Nuss here. No, these guys have been very effective in tonight's ball game.
Yes.
You don't have any stats, but you can definitely say Kabus was over 100 yards today.
Oh, he was.
He's been an animal.
Yes.
He's been an animal. It's coming up in clutch situations. So here we go. 3rd and about 7. I mean, there's Nuss in motion. They go dive instead with Krifka. I think he's got a hole. And it's close. I think that's a first down.
I think that's a first down, too.
Yeah. As the chains will move. The Hawks are a first down away of stealing a victory here at Crosby tonight.
Line it up. Hey, let's go. Protect that ball.
Crosby going to have to use that one timeout. Don't know exactly. Probably use that at the back end.
Yes.
But that is a critical first down there for the Hawks.
Very much so.
And they run it inside. Got to hold on to that ball for your Krifka. He's diving ahead, keeping those legs churning. I mean, no, Kabaski's over 100 yards, but Krifka's probably
catching up too.
He might be there as well.
Oh, yeah,
being
probably
the leading rusher of the game. I
mean, that kid has the ability to dive. He has the ability to do it all. He can do it all, pretty much. He's a jack of multiple trades, pretty much.
He's also been very good defensively today. In the second half, especially setting the edge. Crosby's going to have to use one of these timeouts. But a first down, I believe, puts this game on ice. And they run it inside again with Krifka. Just got to hold on. Don't know if that was a first down. That's it. It's a first down, and that will conclude. That's it. Inside a minute, only one timeout. And let's see. The sideline's going up and down. Farina signaled to, get excited for the sideline, and it looks like we have another down Hawk. I believe that might be Krifka again. Yeah, definitely Krifka. They're giving him a first down, so this game This game just about over.
Pretty much. It's been a war. It's been a war and a half. Everyone has fought well in this game right now.
How about that? And the first one, a team that goes 1-9 last season, takes their first victory today at Crosby, the team who won the Waterbury Jamboree. They'll carry Krifka off the field with who had absolutely a fantastic performance tonight.
Oh, Krifka's done his deed today.
He did his fair share tonight.
Facts.
A lot of credit has to be given to that offensive line as well, opening up those holes for the running backs.
Defense has been pretty good too.
Defense have been they stepped up.
They struggled a lot during the first 2 quarters, but they picked it up third, fourth.
I mean, it looked like Crosby. They came out. They had that quick early touchdown, and we were sitting over here, maybe like, oh boy, here we go again. And it looks like Crosby about to run this thing over. And now it's just a matter of knees here as the Hawks line up in the victory formation. As Crosby will do nothing but stand. They most likely won't use that last timeout. Knee for Farina. Let's see. Do they use the timeout? No, it doesn't look like they will. And the Hawks come to Crosby and upset the Crosby Bulldogs 34-30.
This team has this has been a very good job today. Everyone has done great today. Everyone did their part today pretty much.
And this team is excited as
ever. And it's a victory.
As Mike Farina comes in, the quarterback was not expected to start today. Got the start over Bulinski and came out and had just a thrilling performance. A great game today.
Excellent.
Comeback from behind victory. The Hawks win their opening game 34-30.
Again, completely different from what they were last year too. Last year they struggled a lot last year, but today it's like they're just new people pretty much.
Just a great win for the Hawks.
Very much so. This has been a fantastic football game.
Glad you came out, right, Dave?
Yes.
Glad you came out. So, I'd like to thank you all for watching tonight. Again, Hawks, come from behind victory, 34-30, 1-0. The Hawks. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next week as the Hawks try to go 2-0 against the Watertown Indians.
Let's go, Woodland.